Hey everyone! Today on the plastic canvas we're painting Ignos from the Whole Lotta Lava expansion for Arcadia Quest Inferno. Hey everyone, Matt here from the Plastic Canvas, so welcome to episode 4 in this Arcadia Quest Inferno series. Today we're painting Ignos from the Whole Lotta Lava expansion, and I've chosen to paint this guy fairly early on ahead of quite a few of the ones from the core set of the game, because there's quite a different approach that goes to painting Ignos as opposed to just a normal mini. So normally, you base coat all the different parts of the mini, all the different colors, highlight, shading, finishing touches, all those sorts of things. But with Ignos, there's really only sort of two elements to him. There's the rock part, which, as you can see, I'm just sort of dry brushing now. So I started with just a black prime, and then I'm just starting with a dark grey and then gradually lightening it off just to pick out some of the highlights there. And then really most of the mini's done. It's now just painting the lava in between the cracks. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun to paint because it is quite a different approach. And so I thought I'd get him done fairly early on because he's one that has the potential to look really, really cool with quite a simple approach. Alright, so now that basic dry brushing has been done, just to give a bit of definition to the rocks, I'm now just laying down a foundation for all of the lava that's going to be flowing in all of these cracks. So because the first coat's going to be red, and red I found is really, really difficult to paint over dark colours. It takes multiple coats to get really that pigmentation to come through. So in all of the spots where I'm going to be painting the lava, I'm just painting white first, just to give the red a brighter base to work on, so that it only ends up taking one coat to really sort of paint the lava. And as you can see at the moment, because there's really only a couple of steps in this, and those steps, you don't really need to see the whole step being done. I am skipping forward a little bit just to save a bit on time, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. So yeah, just all of the places where I'm going to be painting lava, just putting down a white base so that when the red goes on, it doesn't take as many coats as usual to really get that strong colour to come through. The trickiest part I actually had here was really working out where exactly I wanted the lava to go. In the artwork, there aren't many spots where there is lava, but there's lots and lots of spots where there could be. And I really just wanted to really just push the whole lava glowy sort of thing. So I basically put it in every single place where there was a crack. So now just painting the first coat for the lava. So a little while ago, when I knew that I was going to be painting this game, I bought Reaper do triads, and some of them are just like, a group of reds or a group of blues or whatever, but then others can be for particular sorts of themes, and they have a lava pack. I can't remember what it's called. It might just be like a lava triad. Anyway, it has Magma red, lava orange, and explosion orange, and that's what I'm using here. So this is the Magma red. So just going around and just going over all of the white, just laying the foundation. And now just using that magma red again, I'm just dry brushing in between, or going around the edge of all of the rocks where the lava is, just to create a bit of a glow, because the lava will be casting a glow onto the rocks that are around it. I think this is quite an effective step here, and I think I do stop here in a minute, and I do a little bit of a pan, so starting from the front where there is no glow to then going, so here it is here, so you can see from the front there to the back already how much more depth there is in the mini just by that simple glow. So yeah, quite an effective step. And you'll see on his back he's got some like those spikes that are sticking up. I made sure I picked out the side of them where the glow would be cast, so that when you look at it from different angles, that glow is hitting the right sides of all of the rocks. So now I'm just onto the next layer of the lava. So this is just lava orange. So now I've gone down to I think it was my insane detail brush, and now I'm just doing a really, really thin line along the middle of the red, because lava has depth of color to it. It's not all the same color. It's the hotter it is, the brighter it is. So I'm just trying to just create that effect of the glow, and that there are like hotter spots than others. So yeah, just with the paint not thinned down at all, because I didn't want it to flow anywhere. I really wanted to get a precise line. So I unthinned. I mean, the Reaper paints come pretty thin out of the bottle anyway, so that's just how it is from the dropper. And yeah, just filling in, just creating that line just right along the middle, just to add a bit of depth of color, and create that impression that there's some hotter lava than some of the other spots. Alright, so this is the step where I think it really lifts the mini, and really sort of sells that lava effect. So now I'm just picking out just some spots where I think the lava would be its hottest, and I'm just putting in some yellow. So pretty well what I did was just everywhere that all of the little paths of lava came to a point where they all met, just put a little blob of yellow in there, and then just feathered that edge out. And this just creates some hot spots and just some just higher concentration of sort of glowing, just to make it look like those are the spots where it's its hottest, and then it fades out to the orange and then to the red around the edge. I think the reason why this works is because it just creates a greater depth of color. So back when I first started painting, I had very, very small amount of depth of color. So if I was highlighting, say I painted something brown, I would just base coat it in the brown that I had at the time, which I think was the muddy brown, and then I would just lighten that brown off because I didn't have any other ones, and then just do one highlight and expect that to work. And obviously it didn't work because it was just a base coat and then one highlight, and that's all it was. And it looked really, like the highlights looked really just sort of out of place, I suppose, because there was too much of a differentiation between the base coat and the highlight. Whereas now what I do when I'm highlighting and shading is, so have that base coat and then just lighten that color a little bit, and then do the first lot of highlights where most of the surfaces will probably get covered, and then lighten it a little bit more, and then highlight a little bit less, and then just keep lightening and lightening and lightening, and every time it gets lightened, I paint less and less and less, and it creates more depth of color because you're going from darker to able to go to much, much lighter. And it really smooths those transitions off, so it works with those blends. And I think that's why the yellow works here, because it's that final step in creating that depth of color. So here I'm just laying the lava foundation for the base, because what I'm going to do when this dries is come back with a grelin earth, paint that over the whole base, and then that will then crack and leave some of this lava effect coming through. Then I'm going to paint the grelin earth that is left in black, which will then sort of give the effect of volcanic rock with lava flowing underneath. Now here, I'm just going back and I'm redoing the yellow glow on the front of Ignis, because I tried to be, I think, a little more subtle with the glow on the front, and as opposed to the back. And then when I had a look at it from a bit of a distance, the glow just didn't come out enough. So keeping in mind that this guy's going to be in the middle of the table, all the contrasting colours needs to be seen by the people that are sitting around the edge. So yeah, I wasn't happy with how much that that glow came out, and so I just went back and touched it back up again. Didn't have so much of a blend, and yeah, I think that worked a lot better. Just a quick note here, if you're doing the same sort of style of base, this solid black is not thinned down at all, because I don't want any of it to flow off the edge of the grelin earth and then onto the lava. So unthinned, so that I have really good control over where it goes, and it just sits on top of each of those little bits of the grelin earth and it doesn't flow off into the lava. So this is the third base where I've used these skulls. I did it for the Demoness and the Harpy, which are already up in this series. When I did it with the Demoness, I was able to glue the skulls that I used there onto a paperclip that I cut up, and then was able to use that as a thing to hold the skulls. When I did it with the Harpy, I was just not able to get it to stick to the paperclip. I don't know why. Anyway, so this time around, as you can see, I didn't really sort of have anything great to hold it with. So I positioned the skulls on the base just to make sure I had them where I wanted them. And then I put them down on the blue tack on this cork here, with the edge that's going to be glued down on the blue tack. So obviously that doesn't end up getting painted, but everywhere else does. So yeah, this worked fine. Just doing the wash over the bone color, because that bone color is just way too bright for this context. So if these creatures have probably been killed by Ignis, and now they're just lying on the floor around him, they're not going to be bright, they're going to be quite dull, and also this just really brings out all the little details that are in there. Folds nicely into the recesses, and yeah, I think it gives a good tone to the skulls. So this is my approach that I do with all bone stuff that I do. Just use that skeleton bone color, and then just the sepia wash over it just gives a nice discoloration, and yeah, brings out those details nicely. Alright, last couple of steps here being done to finish off the base, and then Ignis is finished. So thank you very, very much for spending some time watching another one of my videos. I had lots and lots of fun painting this guy up, and I hope you've gotten something out of this to use in your own painting, or at the very least you've just enjoyed watching me paint him up. please do leave a comment down below, something that you like and something that you think can be improved about the videos, and please do hit the like and subscribe to stay up to date with these videos as they keep coming out. And also, if you haven't yet, drop by the Facebook, Twitter and Instagram account that I have set up for this channel, so you can see what I'm painting at the time, and then also if you've used any of my videos as a guide, you can put pictures up there of those minis. I'd love to see them. So with all that being said, this is Matt from the Plastic Canvas signing out. Happy painting, everyone. Cheers.